4-4 in this quarter, as many field goals as they had in the entire second quarter, and they tightened the 12-point halftime deficit to 4. But Jeff, you're talking Stoudemire, a guy who's making $18 million this year, almost $20 million next year, and then 21 and 23. You know his offensive production. You'd really have to appeal directly to a player to come off the bench, considering his level of stardom in this league and with this team. As Noah scores in time to get the Bulls back up to a 6-point edge.
And that's one of the things that's really impressed me about Stoudemire. His numbers have dropped. He hasn't complained. He seems to be right now all about the winning, as Shumpert is fouled on the cut by Hamilton. And so you never know until you coach a guy if that's real or not. But it seems like he would be willing to do whatever it is for the team to maximize their chance of success.
Well, Mike Woodson has a very good relationship, both Stoudemire and Anthony. He rims out that jumper, rebounded by Noah. Went to both of them and said, you guys are not playing hard enough on the defensive end. Beats the guards to the basket, and Chicago back-to-back field goals. They're up 8.
And I think that's an underrated aspect of Hamilton's game, is the speed to get out and get him easy baskets in transition.
And Tyson Chandler does so much. Just a deflection that set up a steal, and they give to Anthony and a chance for Carmelo to get a 3-point play.
Well, the Bulls had an opportunity. We're going to have numbers, but a poor outlet by Boozer leads directly to the 3-point play opportunity, and you cannot soft foul if you're going to have success in the playoffs. You cannot be touching these guys. You got to wrap them up and not let the ball get above the shoulders, or just back off and let them score.
$19 for Melo, 19 of the Knicks, 48, coming off 43 in the Garden on Easter Sunday. He's averaged 30 points in the 3 games against the Bulls this year. Hamilton got to the elbow, he's short. Anthony pushing with Boozer, and Carmelo's caught last and is called for the foul.
On C.J. Watson, second.
C.J. Watson, if I was on Carmelo Anthony. Here's Carmelo's points by month, and this great April that he's had, 33.7 points, and he's really turned it around since Mike Woodson has become the head coach. And they got it right. The foul was on Anthony, not C.J. Watson.
And that shot that Hamilton just got, Mike, is his shot. Moving very well off a double screen on the weak side after a decoy pick and roll. And this is the shot he's got to make. He's had good opportunity. I mean, that is Rip Hamilton's signature shot.
Saw on the bottom of the screen on the rebounding action, Boozer and Anthony have been involved in a good battle here for the last game and a half at the contact. Get your guards. Tell them to go. Denglan on the 3. Another one on the rebounding action. This one on Noah. And teams seeing each other back-to-back here, getting under each other's skin a little bit.
And that's where you have to know the penalty situation. You cannot afford to get offensive rebounding fouls in the penalty. And you have to know that so you can moderate your attack of the board. You can't just go over the top, where if you have fouls to give, well, feel free.
And got caught in the emotion in the last minute where we just had 4 fouls called. So with 8:25 left, Bulls over the limit. Knicks in the bonus here for the remainder of the quarter. One more for Chandler. Here's the national TV big board. Games coming up here down the stretch. Miami at Chicago. Dallas at Golden State TNT Thursday. You and Mike Breen will have Miami and the Knicks Sunday. Hubie Brown and I will be in LA to watch the Lakers and the Mavericks. And Memphis and New Orleans on NBA TV after that on Sunday night. Of course, big story with the Mavericks, Lamar Odom, and the Mavericks parting ways.
He's one of the nicest guys I've met in the NBA. And it's just sad it just didn't work out. It should have. It could have.
Ball never hit the rim. Shot clock running down. 2.2 left. Here, and there is Odom's story this season. 20 minutes a game, just 6.5 points for the reigning sixth man of the year in the NBA and never fit in any regard with what Dallas was doing, and now placed on the inactive list as the team and the player go their separate way.
Just never looks happy.
Right. Hamilton, catch and shoot. And as Rick would say, yes, sir. Six in the quarter, 8 in the game for Hamilton. Victory Fields, no. Dang goes up together. Boozer and Anthony bump. And go the other way. We'll call this one on Boozer. This head-to-head between these two guys getting a little heated as this.
Let him bang.
Field shut off by Noah. Tried to throw it off a teammate.
I think that went off Chandler.
Yeah, he tried to throw it off a Bull, but he threw it off a teammate. And James Capers corrects Pat Frere. It's Bull's ball. These teams look a little annoyed with each other. They played the second time in 3 days, a home and home. We see this with regional teams, except by no there at midcourt.
And you've got to get Shumpert off of you, because his ball pressure is devastating at times.
What makes him such a good defender?
Well, tenacity, intensity, anticipation, and then quickness, length. You know, he's got a motor on him.
Hamilton gets slapped by Davis. And a foul called on the Knicks. Boy, when you have Chandler, who Mike Woodson was trying to lobby for as Defensive Player of the Year, we talked before the game, and Shumpert together, what a defensive presence. It forces the other guys to at least think about defense a little bit harder and play better.
And I'll say this, Baron Davis, when he was younger, he still got, because of his body strength, he can guard some two guards if Shumpert's better served to guard a one. Landry Fields is a solid defender. Carmelo Anthony has played, I think, very well defensively for the most part of this year.
And here's Chandler talking about that defensive mindset that he brings.
I think it has to be a constant effort every day, you know, from the moment I step here to try to get guys to really buy into it. It's an everyday, it's an every play type thing. It can't just be fourth quarter, it can't just be beginning of the games. It has to be, you know, all time. And you know, I just try to stay on guys and remind guys about that. And it seems like maybe it's starting to creep in now and work a little bit.
And the numbers have shown under Mike Woodson, who was hired to be the defensive specialist on this Knicks staff for Mike D'Antoni and then replaced D'Antoni about a month ago. Dang a three. Got that. And it's a 10-point Bulls lead. Since Woodson's taken over as head coach, not only are the Knicks 11-3, but their defense is among the best in the league during that time. J.R. Smith coming to the basket. Wants the contact, no call. Nobody stopped Deng. And it goes back to the Knicks.
Well, good ball movement by the Bulls in the last Deng three. Drive, kick, that's just basic NBA basketball. The pass was right in Luol Deng's shooting pocket.
Halfway through the third, Anthony comes in, fouled by Noah. And they have some Cisco Tech Week. It's brought to you by Cisco, Jeff.
Well, it's their ability to force turnovers and strip. They forced the Bulls into 20 in the previous game, 12 already tonight. Look at the hands, the activity, the swarming nature of their defense. They lead the league in forced turnovers. And you don't have to be a tech expert to see these numbers translate into wins. If you defend like this, you're going to win and win big.
So why? Why is it happening now after the coaching change and the numbers like that?
You know what? If it was easily explained, the secret of coaching would be solved. I mean, you just don't know sometimes why teams get it when they get it. I thought they had started to improve with Mike D'Antoni.
You've said that throughout the year.
Yeah.
I've heard you do a couple of games.
This myth that he doesn't coach defense is just that, a myth. So Mike Woodson was brought in, and I think having the time to be with this team, to know the personalities, allowed him to understand who he could challenge and how he could challenge. And I give him a lot of credit for them as Hamilton misses another easy mid-range shot.
Inside, Tyson Chandler. What a swat. And Baron Davis brings it back the other way for the Knicks.
But I go back to this. When you have Chandler and Shumpert defensively, you have a great foundation.
Hamilton, open space. We have seen longer stretches tonight of the Rip Hamilton that we got used to seeing 3, 4, 5 years ago, especially here in this quarter where he has 10 points.
And if he would play like this aggression, this speed, his minutes would go up. But it's performance first, and then you get more minutes versus you get more minutes and then you perform better.
Out of the corner, the three from J.R. Smith goes. Smith took 11 of those in the game on Sunday and only hit 2. Boozer and Carmelo battle continues. And Carlos hits that turnaround trademark rainbow jump. Back to 10. Bulls led by 12 at the break. Knicks led by 6 in the first half. No, tough guard. Smith on the perimeter. JR takes him right to the rack.
Again, that's a function of the cross match. Joe Noah, a center, has to be guarding a very high-powered two-guard.
Weak side rebound again, Noah, and he is fouled. And just watching on that possession, watching Carmelo Anthony work on the defensive end on these trips with Boozer, that's a different guy.
Leadership is not about what you say, but about what you do. And when your best player is committed defensively and committed to the pass, others will follow. Good effort. And right there, Chandler's got to keep Noah off the board, and another good bucket by Richard Hamilton.
And Hamilton hits a 3, just his 9th three-pointer on the season. He's only taken 27 shots. Noah, the foul, as he and Chandler battle. Very physical third quarter. Home and home brings familiarity, gets people annoyed and under skin a little bit. What does it do for coaches? The old days, you'd have like a home and home with the Knicks and the Nets, or maybe the Sixers down the road. What does it do to how you approach the game as a head coach?
Well, this is a really good dress rehearsal for how the playoffs are. One team wins, one team loses a tough game. Can the winning team, the Knicks in this case, keep their edge and be ready and make adjustments and improvements after a win? Or do you have to lose, like the Bulls did, to understand what you need to do, go forward? The good team can adjust when they win. And there is a natural subconscious letdown after wins. You have to fight that. I think the Knicks have done a good job of that, coming out ready to play with intensity and aggression.
Noah went to the bench with 4 fouls. Jimmy Butler met by Chandler. He's so big and so difficult to shoot over when he goes up to block shots.
And I thought Butler drew the contact there and the foul.
Shumpert coming baseline. Still a lot of time on the clock. Jared Jeffries blocked by Taj Gibson. Here come the Bulls on the run. Watson.
That's a poor fast break. You have a 4-on-2. You didn't have good spacing. That's why Watson didn't really have any good passing angles.
The rookie Butler out of Marquette. Guarding Anthony on the pull-up. Hamilton the rebound.